So on this, I have this section all roughed out. So now I'm going to go with the 1/8 inch end mill to cut away this section here, which is just sort of a clearance area. So I'm going to switch out the 1/4 inch end mill to the 1/8 inch end mill. Now I'm ready to cut away this angled section here to that scribe line. So I'm going to use this parallel and align it basically like this in the vise to be able to side mill that section. So I'm just going to level this parallel and then sort of square up that side by feel against the parallel. And then I'm just going to come in here with the 1/4 inch end mill and side mill that away. The milling is now complete on this part, so I'm going to get it set up to put a couple holes in here and also a hole in the other side, and then get started on the clamp part. Now that I'm done with most of the work on this as far as the milling goes, I'm going to start picking away at this, which is this clamp piece here. I'm going to eventually have to put a little clearance spot in here, but I'm going to pick away at this, and then eventually I'll get an idea of how big of a clearance I have to put in there. So I'll get started. First step, as usual, is just squaring the top off. Got some rough layout done here and a good bit of material to come off, so I'm just going to start picking away at that. I got all the milling done here so far. I'm going to take it out now and line it up with the other piece to get an idea of exactly how I'm going to match up the dovetail. marked out a little section. It's very hard to see here, but essentially it's this corner here. That's going to serve as the relief for the other part that's going to mate with this, which is the clamp. So I'm going to set this in the vise and mill that away and see how that feels, and then from there we'll just start drilling and tapping some holes. I have these two pieces complete here now, and I'm going to have to put some thought into where I want to put the hole that's going to clamp, because I feel that if I go with a plan which puts it dead center to this cutout, it'll have a tendency to want to do this when I clamp it. It's a little exaggerated. So I'm thinking of putting the hole closer to the edge up here to exert more force on the actual dovetail when I clamp it. So that's what I'm going to go for, and I'm sure there's going to be some opinions about it, but we'll see how it turns out. I have a piece of A2 tool steel here that I'm going to actually make the indicator clamp out of the piece that's going to hold the indicator itself. So I don't have a saw, so I'm just going to take this carbide end mill right through this piece. I have here the blank for the indicator clamp and of course the clamp, and really the rest of this project is just some hole drilling and some fitting. So I will do most of that off camera and just do maybe a third part video of the actual clamp in action. So thanks for following along, and stay tuned for more.